squirrels. Hi, welcome to Adventures on a Dad Bike. Today I'm going to answer the question, is a gravel bike, and in my case the Specialized Diverge, suitable as an all-round touring bike? I've been on 2 tours this summer. The last one was a 3-day tour, 2 nights towards the end of summer, so it was getting cooler. The days were warm, the nights were cool, so I had to pack accordingly. So everything on the bike here right now is as I took it. So in the front dry bag, it's an 8-liter dry bag, I have my tent, an extra tarp for throwing on things, and my tent pillow. On this side I had all my cooking gear, including my food, my coffee. I had 2 breakfasts and 1 evening meal and coffee for everybody because I shared. Up front here, same 8-liter dry bag is my sleeping bag. And on the front of that is my handlebar bag, which has my other camera, which is Lumix GX85. It's probably the heaviest thing up here. For a little mirrorless camera, it's pretty heavy. It has a little kit lens it came with, and I also brought a zoom lens for it. I also brought a long sleeve windbreaker for cool mornings, which we had, and I just wore it around the campsite too. I also had a first aid kit and a rain poncho just in case it rained. There was no rain in the forecast, and we got none during the day, but we did get a big thunderstorm one night. But I was in my tent and I was dry. The tent was great. On the top tube here is my tent pegs and my tent poles. In here I had a lot of snacks, energy bars, Cliff bars, some trail mix. On the other side I had zip ties, a couple accessories for my GoPro, which was mounted here, and an extra tube. Down below I had the rest of my tools, which was an Allen key set, patch repair kit, an extra tube, and some lube. Didn't need any of that, which is good, but it's good to have 2 water bottles. I also had my Camelback for water because we were going through some long stretches. We traveled. The whole trip was on gravel roads, some paved roads, and some rail trails. So having water, not knowing where we were going to get some, was important. Also, I was the only one that had a balanced load. I had all the stuff up front, stuff in the back, kept the weight low where I could, and I didn't have any trouble at all in any of the gravel sections. Other people that I was with just had rear panniers. They were sliding all over the place in places. So this was a good setup. I quite liked it. For this tour, I used a 8 to 12 liter saddlebag. It was sufficient for everything I needed. I had my cool weather clothes, I had all my cycling gear, and I even had my inflatable sleeping pad all in here. Fit no problem. I put some sandals on top, just to have footwear around the campsite. If I wanted to put a rack on here for panniers, it wouldn't be a problem at all. I chose to use the saddlebag for this tour, but if I do longer tours, I probably will want a little more space to carry more stuff. The seat clamp comes with threads already built in, so I can attach here. The bottom of the seat stays has threads for clamping a rack. I can get a rack either with the extension to push it back a bit, or I can buy an extension for whatever rack I get to push it back so I won't get any foot strike on my panniers. Part of the whole idea behind a touring bike is to have the longer wheelbase with the longer chain stays just for that reason, but I can get a rack that solves that problem. And I get the responsiveness of this bike, which I like. The short chain stays, the compliance of this frame design, everything about this is working. So I think this is a good choice as a touring bike. Same at the front. I've got 1 mounting screw on the middle of the fork and 1 at the lower down. I chose to go with the Blackburn cages, cargo cages, because I like this setup, but I could put front panniers on here if I wanted to. So as a touring bike, I think this has everything. It's lighter than a regular touring bike. It's aluminum rather than steel, which most of them are, most of the touring bikes. I have a versatility of what tires I can put on. Right now I've got 735 Pan Racer Gravel Kings. They were perfect, fantastic. I didn't slide at all. I had great control. They work well on pavement. I'm sure they're not as efficient as a road tire, but I could put a touring tire on here without a problem. I have put road tires on here when I'm just doing training rides on pavement. 730s. I'd probably put 728s if I want to. I have all kinds of versatility. This will go up to a 38C tire. I think, to answer the question, is the Specialized Diverge or is any gravel bike suitable as an all-round touring bike? I give it a resounding yes. Full 2 thumbs up. This is great. Loved it. No problems with it. I fully endorse it. So if you like this video, you want to see more, give me a big thumbs up too if you want. And hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and I'll see you next time.